And welcome back to the Anime Den. And this time around we've got the Square-Enix Play Arts Mini Kai Final Fantasy Trading Arts figures. And these figures had a bit of a checkered past. When they first came up on my wholesaler's supply page, they actually had a picture of the main figure, and obviously nothing much more to explain what they were. So for the price I actually left them for quite a while, and obviously when they put up some better pictures to show you what you actually got, it made it worth actually getting, because these are actually like an Android. They've obviously Square Enix's version of an Android. And they've done a fairly extensive range of the Final Fantasy figures. I've got quite a few, so I'll be obviously doing reviews of some, but I thought we'd start with, of course, Cloud Strife, probably the most legendary, memorable character of the Final Fantasy franchise. So, of course, we can see the front of the box. It's a windowed box. And it's actually a fairly deep plastic windowed box. So you can obviously see that you get your three, obviously, alternate expression faces. There's a Buster Sword. There's Cloud himself. There's another hand. And, of course, you get... I think it's actually quite a nice idea. It's actually Cloud, a whole body of Cloud on the Fenray motorcycle. So, sort of not a bad idea. Other than that, of course, you have the number of the series. So it's number 1 in the series. Cloud Strife, just saying, is, of course, from Final Fantasy and Final Fantasy Crisis Core. Obviously, it gives you the nice little bit of blur about Square Enix and that across the bottom, and obviously it's a Final Fantasy trading art figure. On the side, it's just got a silhouette image of the Cloud statue. So again, on the back, because we have, if we can get it in the right spot, we have a couple of different poses that you can obviously do with the character, or different accessories that you can do with the character. The sort of obviously the obligatory copyright notices, age notices, you know, obviously, you know, for 15 and over, or sorry, ages 3 and over. Obviously directions on how to find the good, the Square Enix website, my Australian suppliers information, obviously a list of what you'll find in there, so a table of contents, and of course some of the other characters that are in the actual series. So we've of course got a Yuna and a Squall, so from Final Fantasy 8 and 10. On this side, of course, you just have a nice little image of Cloud down the bottom. Across the top, of course, again, it's just Cloud on the Fenray, again, what it actually is, and of course, the standard sort of don't feed it to your children, and underneath, of course, just another bit of information on the actual suppliers, or so not supplier manufacturer's website. So let's crack this baby open and see what we find inside. And we're back. So, because firstly you find when you pull out the boxes, because you get this sort of typical hard, well, soft pack, plastic sort of shroud over your figure. There's a little bit of tape on it. Let's get the tape off. This is why you shouldn't chew your nails. Oh, come loose. You pop it open, out comes, oh, everything's so tight. So because here's Cloud. Here's your Cloud. So just put him there. Oh, he doesn't stand very well. Oh dear. Cloud doesn't stand without his stand. Ooh. Ah. Get the rest of these out. Because then we have the faces as we pull them out. It's one face, two faces, and of course the third, which is a little bit disconcerting, that phrase. I don't know if you're supposed to sort of do it yourself or if it's just meant to be a dead cloud. course, that's the headless cloud on the Fenray motorcycle. Oh, that stands. You get a spare hand, which is obviously designed to hold the Buster Sword. And of course the Buster Sword. You also of course get the instructions on how to put it all together and make it all work. Single-sided, nothing very special. The big disappointment was this. So this is obviously the internal backing box, and they've actually put all the pieces or the sprue onto the actual card itself, so you can't just, so you're going to have to cut this off the cardboard to make it, to actually access it. So for collectors, you're probably going to end up just leaving this in a box, because the moment you cut this, it's, you know, it's going to wreck it. But thankfully I'm not a collector, so give me a moment, I'll get my knife and I'll come back and we're going to cut shit up. And we're back with the knife. If I'm really careful, I won't cut my hands off. Oh yeah, there we go. The glue lifted. Woohoo! There we go. Oh, out we come. And so we have, of course, see if we can get in a bit of a better spot, the actual a sprue kit with all the bits on it. So of course there's actually the base, some stands obviously for cloud, there's obviously some signage that gets held up. So we'll get to work and we'll get this all out and happening. And it looks like, actually, just having a quick look, most of this is actually fairly easy to just twist off, and it certainly is actually. Looks like they haven't made it too overly complicated to take off. I'll come back to those ones. There's a couple of different stands obviously for different poses. Always worth having a set of these lying around the house, just for those awkward ones. And of course you end up with something like that. And I'm just going to refer to the instructions just to give me a bit of reference. And it looks like they actually aren't even required. Ah yes, I see now. They just pop off. And if you want to get rid of the slag, you'll actually need some very, very fine sandpaper. And if you can hear that on my video camera, that's some idiot doing a burnout in the neighbourhood. So of course now we've got the base, and you'll see, I don't know if you can really see there, you can see they have these tabs, both male and female tabs, so obviously you'll be able to put the characters together. And of course Cloud would just clip in. There's actually a little hole in his back. I don't know if you're going to be able to see it on camera. We might actually do it in reverse, it might be easier. So you just basically plug that into his back. These are always very hard to plug in. I always hated this design. They use these on good small companies as well, ones. And then you just hook him like that. And you can put his head on. And it falls out. They never work. I never liked them much. That will allow a pan down. So the cloud's only 3 inches tall. So he's quite short, really. That'd be cloud standing on the base. And obviously these here are designed to fit onto the base to create various effects. Aha, I see how this all works. So you would literally put that in like that and then place it in like that. Then you would get something with an effect like that. Obviously you have other ones such as, of course, that one. Hang on. Probably, yes, that one there. And of course a nice little menu. And of course Cloud himself is literally just like an android, so if you want to swap his hands to put the Buster Sword in, we'll try and bring him back on camera. Doing a lot of work off camera today. Pan out a bit. You'd merely just pull his hand out, throw his other hand on the floor, so take the other hand, just basically just push it in. It's fairly self-explanatory. Pull his arm off in the same time, because, you know, it seems like a good idea. And you would just put the sword through the hand, I suppose. Yes, interesting. Take the hand off before I break it. Put the hand back this way. Huh. Aha! Magic trick time, sword hilt comes out of the sword, so you can then go. PlayArts does this with a few of their figures actually. I notice they do it on the big PlayArts guys. Don't mind me, I'm just trying to fill in time while I'm trying to push this through. There we go. Obviously just tab him in. You would then have, of course, Cloud with his sword. So we can get a bit of a better look at him. Hang on. Of course, obviously, if you wanted to change his expression, it's a matter of pulling his head off. Then it looks as though this fringe just comes off, possibly, maybe. Oh, this is very, very convenient. Okay, interesting. Hang on, show you the head again. Let me get myself around a bit better. Ooh, don't mind me, I'm banging everything tonight. Oh, he's very stiff. Oh, very, very. Here we go. This is very rubbery, this head. It's actually very rubbery. You're almost a little bit scared you might damage it trying to take it off. I did get it to move a second ago. It did start to sort of move. I should get myself back on camera. Just 2 seconds, we'll be right back. And we're back. Sorry about that. So of course we've now pulled Cloud's head to pieces. So of course that's the getting a bit of a better angle. That's of course the back of his head. That is of course the fringe. Of course that's the original head supplied with. Very stiff, actually, very stiff head. I would expect that after a few sort of facial swaps it will probably come up a lot easier to do, because certainly that was very painful to do. And so we just put it together and we now get different facial expression and get in the right spot. We get a different facial expression, and of course you can then go ahead and put him on his Fenray. Just pen out, because that's Cloud on his Fenray motorcycle. So you could literally do something like something like that. So all in all, it's a very nice kit. I mean, they sell for about $30, so probably a little bit cheaper than a licensed Android, but you know, they have a few failures. I don't like how they've stored the sprues. Actually putting them together, you know, probably they've used a similar system to what the blind boxes are, which is a bit of a pain. But I do like the idea of this, like having two bodies in it, you know, which is very cool. I like that. And it's Cloud. You can't go past Cloud. So I've got some more of these to review, so I'll probably do them in the next couple of videos. So thank you very much for watching, and we'll see you next time.